ghostly bit before we bring this segment to a close, and I tell you what, we might just be intermittent and bring a few more out for you all in between the poll feeds. What does a panda ghost eat? Anyone? Anyone at all? What does a panda ghost eat? Bamboo! Are you quite dumb? Double flush it. Seriously, a drama queen.
Hello! Now I'm back doing some co-op sessions. Oh, if you hear something in the background, it's Stark of Iron stream, his one of his Thursday matinees. You should check him out, especially if you like, you know, variety shows and Warhammer 40K and a whole bunch of other things. Yeah, you might like him.
This one here. We'll do the longer one first.
He's been doing absolutely great on YouTube.
But I figured I would go ahead and do this for you. This one, of course, is about a man's guilt. And it's because of this man's guilt that he must suffer the course of his actions thus with, as he tries to hide evidence from the police. And much like most Edgar Allan Poe stories, it's always, you know, burying somebody up within the bricks of a wall or the floorboards. It's always about stashing bodies. So with our good friend Edgar Allan Poe, it's almost as if he was probably in another business. A ghastly one at that, too. Why are there no fathers in Egyptian pyramids? Because it's full of mummies. Well, don't tell King Tut, because then you'll have a lot of child support that'll have to unwrap for. Alright. Let's get back to work, shall we? Here we are. And we need to open up the door outside because home sweet hell, yes? Let in some of that warm air. Cozy up to your radios, ladies and gentlemen, as I read a personal favorite from my youth. True. Nervous. Very, very dreadfully nervous. I had been and am. But why will you say that I am mad? The disease had shocked my senses, not destroyed, not dulled them. Above all this was the sensing of hearing a cue. I heard all the things in heaven and in the earth, and I heard many things in hell. How then am I mad? How can I observe how healthily, how calmly I can tell you the whole story? It is impossible to say how the first idea entered my brain. But once conceived, it haunted me day and night. Object there was none. Passion there was none. I loved the old man. It never wronged. He had never given me insult. For his goal I had no desire. I think it was his eye. Yes, it was this. One of his eyes resembled that of a vulture. A pale blue eye with a pale movement. Whenever it fell upon me, my blood ran cold. And so, by degrees, very gradually, I made up my mind to take the life of the old man, and thus rid myself of the eye, whatever. Now this is the point. You fancy me mad. Madmen know nothing, but you should have seen me. You should have seen how wisely I proceeded, with what caution, with what foresight, with what dissimulation I went to work. I never been kinder to the old man than during the whole week before I killed him. And every night, about midnight, I turned the latch of his door and opened them. Oh, so gently. And then when I had made an opening sufficient for my head, I put in a dark lantern, all closed. Closed so that no light shone out. And then I thrust my head. Oh, you would have laughed to see how cunningly I thrust it in. I moved it slowly.
Ow!
Very, very slowly, so that I may not disturb the old man's sleep. It took me an hour to place my whole head within the opening so far that I couldn't slate for the hinges.
Ah, shit!
I did it just so much that the single thin ray fell upon that vulture eye. I did this for 7 long nights. Every night, just at midnight. Possible to do the work. But not the old man who vexed me. Certainly not. It was his evil eye. And every morning, when the day broke, I went boldly into the chamber and spoke courageously to him, calling him by name in a hearty tone. opening the door. A watch's minute hand moves more quickly than did mine. Nevermore had the night had I felt the extent of my own powers, of my sagacity. I could scarcely contain my feelings of triumph to think that there I was, opening the door, little by little, and not even to dream of my secret deeds or thoughts. I fairly chuckled at the idea, and perhaps he heard me, for he moved on the bed suddenly as if startled. Now you may think I drew back, but no. His room was as black as pitch with the thick darkness, where the shutters were fastened through fear of robbers, and I knew that he could not see the opening of the door. So I kept pushing it on steadily and steadily. I had my head in, and I was about to open the lantern. My thumb slipped upon the tin fastening, and the old man sprang up from his bed, and he cried out, "Who's there?" I kept quite still and sat nothing. For a whole hour I did not move a muscle. In the meantime, I did not hear him lie down, still sitting up in his bed listening, as if I had done night after night, hearkening to the death watches on the wall. Presently I heard a slight groan, and I knew it was a groan of mortal terror. Not a groan of pain nor of grief, oh no. It was a low stifled sound that arises from the bottom of the soul when overcharged with awe. I knew that sound well too. Many a night just at midnight when the whole world slept, it was welled up in my own bosom, deepening with its dreadful echo. The terrors that distracted me, I say I knew it well. I knew what the old man felt, and I pitied him, although I chuckled at heart. I knew that he would be lying awake ever since the first slight noise. He had turned in the bed. His fears had ever been growing upon him. Had he not been trying to fancy them causeless, but could not, he had been saying to himself things such as, "It's nothing but the wind in the chimney. It's only a mouse crossing the floor. Or it is merely a cricket who has made a single chirp." Yes, he had been trying to comfort himself in all these suppositions, but he had found it all in vain. All in vain. Because death, an approaching had stalked him with a black shadow before him and enveloped the victim. It was at this mournful influence of the unperceived shadow that caused him to feel, although he never saw nor heard to feel the presence of my head in the room. When I had waited a long time very patiently, without hearing him lie down, I resolved to open a little, so very, very little crevice in the lantern. So I opened it, you cannot imagine how stealthily, until at length, a single dim ray, like the third spider, shot up in the crevice and fell upon me. I grew furious as I gazed upon it. I saw it with perfect distinctness and all a dull blue, with a hideous veil over that chilled me the very marrow of my bones. But I could see nothing else in that old man's face or person, for I had directed the ray as if by instinct precisely upon that damned spot. And now, have I not told you what you mistake for madness is over the acuteness of the sentence? Now, I say, there came to my ears a low, dull, quick sound, much like what a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. I knew that sound well, too. It was the beating of the old man's heart. It increased my fury as if the beating of a drum stimulates a soldier into courage. But even then, I refrained and I kept still. I scarcely breathed, and I held the lantern motionless. I tried how steadily I could maintain the ray upon the eye. Meantime, the hellish tattoo of the heart increased. It grew quicker and quicker and louder in every instant. The old man's terror must have been extreme. It grew louder, I said. Louder at literally every moment. Do you mark me well? I have told you that I'm nervous, so I am. And at the dead hour of the night, amid the dreadful silence of this wretched old house, so strange a noise that excited me to uncontrollable terror. And for some minutes longer I refrained and stood still. But the beating grew louder and louder. I thought the heart must burst. And now an anxiety seized me. The sound that would have been heard by a neighbor. The old man's hour had come. With a loud yell I threw upon the lantern and leaped into the room. He shrieked once and once only. Then said I dragged him to the floor. I pulled the heavy bed over and smiled gaily to find the deed so far done. But for many, many minutes, the heartbeat with the muffled with sob went on and on. So many minutes. This hour did not vex me. It would not be heard through the wall. At length it ceased. The old man was dead. I removed the bed and I examined the corpse. Yes, he was stone dead. I placed my hand upon the heart and held it there many minutes. There was no pulsation. He was stone dead. His eye would trouble me no more. If you still think me mad, cut off the head and the arms, the legs. And I took the brain plates from the brewing chamber and deposited all between the stockings and replaced the bones so cleverly, so cunningly that no human eye, not even his, could have detected anything wrong. There was nothing going on, no stain of any kind, no blood spot whatsoever. And it's wet for that. A tub. That took hold. When I had made the end to these labors, it was 4 o'clock, still dark as midnight. As the bell sounded the hour, there came a knocking at the street door. I knew down who it was with a light heart for what I had died out of fear. There entered 3 men who introduced themselves with perfect suavity as officers of the police. A shriek that had been heard by a neighbor during the night. A suspicion of foul play had been aroused. Information had been lodged at the police office, and they, said officers, have been deputed to search the premises. I smiled. For what? An idea. I bid the gentleman welcome. The shriek, I said, was in my own dream. The old man I mentioned was absent in the country. I took my visitors all over the house. I made them search, and search well. I led them at length to his chamber. I showed them all his treasures, secure and undisturbed. The enthusiasm of my confidence brought chairs into the room and desired them here with the rest of my fatigues, while I myself, the wild audacity of my perfect triumph, placed my own seat on the very spot which had reposed the corpse of the victim. The officers were satisfied. My manner had convinced them. I was singularly at ease. They sat, and while I answered cheerily, they chatted of familiar things. But ere long, I felt myself getting pale and wished them gone. My head ached, and I fancied a ringing in my ears. They still sat and still chatted. The ringing became more distinct, and continued to become more distinct. I talked more freely to get rid of the feeling, but I continued to gain definitiveness, until at length, I found the noise was not within my ears. No doubt I grew very pale, but I talked more fluently and with a heightened voice. Yet the sound increased. What could I do? It was the low, dull, quick sound of what a watch would make while enveloped in cotton. I gasped for breath, and yet the officers heard it not. I talked more quickly, more vehemently, but the noise steadily increased. I rose and I argued about trifles in a high key with violent gesticulations, but the noise steadily increased. Why would they not be gone? I paced the floor to and fro with heavy strides, as excited as appeared by the observations of the men. But the noise steadily increased. Oh, God, what could I do? I foamed, I raved, I swore. I swung the chair upon which I had been sitting and grated it upon the boards. The noise arose all over and steadily increased. It grew louder and louder and louder. And still the men chatted pleasantly and smiled. Was it possible that they heard not? Almighty God, no, they heard. They suspected. They knew. They were making a mockery of my horror. This I thought, that this I think was anything tolerable than this agony. Anything was more tolerable than this derision. I could bear these hypocritical smiles no longer. I felt that I must scream or die. And now again I heard louder, louder, and louder. I shrieked. This time no more. Ran with the teeth, tear up the banks. Yes, the beating of its hideous heart. I do love that story, don't you? I love that story and I love telling it. The great Glenn Schroeder, it's a pleasure to see you, sir. We are going to be taking a small break before we get to our second part of this particular segment, and thank you all again for tuning in to Snark's Thursday Matinee. You all are truly the greatest. So we will see you in just a few minutes after these messages from the Radiation King Radio Series. See you in just a few.
Honey, the TV's on the fritz again.
Did you try kicking it?
I tried kicking it, shooting it, and even tossing it in the microwave. And the fact is, I think it's cooked.
Well, don't worry. I heard the Radiation King is coming to a city near us.
Sweetie, can you keep your voice down? You can't support a monarchy in this day and age. The neighbors might think we're anti-American.
Oh, sugar cakes. The Radiation King isn't a monarch. He's just the king of electronics.
They have a king for that?
Well, when you offer 3 different types of TV sets, as well as ham radios and jukeboxes at rock bottom prices, there's no title more appropriate.
But what does radiation have to do with electronics?
You'll just have to read the caution label for that. Let's just say, the next time you need an x-ray, you might not need to go to the doctor. We can just use the big screen.
A big screen? Do you mean it?
Oh yes, I'm talking 16 inches. We might not even have enough space, but we'll have more than enough money, thanks to the Radiation King. Thank you for going on.
many stormtroopers does it take to change a light bulb? None. They're all the Oh dear heavens me. They're on the dark side. Of course they are. So, now, let us go ahead and get to, now we did some ghost, jokes, but somebody wanted to segue into mummies. So I feel it is only prudent that we do some mummy humor now. But, you know, before we put this thing to bed and wrap it up. How do you know if a mummy is sick? You can't stop coughing. What is the mummy's holiday job? If I were to guess, it'd be a gift wrapper, yeah? What kind of underwear do mummies buy? Anyone? Fruit of the tomb! Who did the little monster ask for when he was scared? Well, you know, his mummy. I thought that was cute, too. What did the mummy film director say? Well, that's a wrap. Oh, dear heavens me. Yes, I crossed over to the dark side. Don't worry. I brought a flashlight. Very good. Very good indeed. Well done, well done. Why don't mummies take time off? Well, from what I've gathered, they're afraid to unwind. Oh, I see everyone's passing out. Let's bring him back home. Why did the mummy TP the tree? He needed somewhere to hang his clothes so that he could go skinny dipping. Bit of a range, but I enjoyed that one. Even though the audience was like, oh dear heavens, please, make it stop. What kind of music do mummies like listening on Halloween? Well, if Tupac has anything to say, what's rap music? Oh yes, absolutely. Now, let's see where we are at. Why don't mummies have friends? Well, they're too wrapped up in themselves, of course. I swear, if you keep throwing up like that, you should probably stop eating Taco Bell, Live Moss. Absolutely haggard. Vile, oh dear heavens. Ah! Oh, Nifty, we have a cleanup in bathroom 1D. Thank you very much. Oh dear, nasty. Absolutely vile. One more. Let's go ahead and do this one. Where does the mummy go on vacation, ladies and gentlemen? Where does the mummy go on vacation? He likes to go sailing on the Dead Sea. Well, did anyone hear about the studio that was making the animated Lovecraft show? Burned down recently. Don't worry, they rehired a reanimator. Give him a round of applause. That's funny. I told the tailor to let me be. He said, fine, suit yourself. Excellent fan submissions, one and all. This has been our next, and luckily for you, our final dad joke segment. Be back for next week's Thursday matinee, where we'll do some werewolf, vampire, and witch jokes to round out the Halloween. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a lot more Radio 616 coming down the pipeline, including if I can get the vocal brevity and the vocal fortitude to do it. An entire reading of the War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. That is an hour's worth of transcript reading, ladies and gentlemen. enjoy. Oh, the cat's out of the bag. Oh dear heaven me. Very good, very good. I suppose we should go ahead and wrap this one up here. Yeah. You guys just keep coming back for the dad jokes. I don't know what it is. That dad joke segment was brought to you by the individuals that do love dad jokes more than anything else. He goes by the name of Hypnotic, and I hear that he's a big fan. Big fan. Well, I suppose now would be the time to go ahead and get to our second poetry. And I feel it prudent, since this is my program, I own the proprietor, this channel is their property. I feel it prudent that we have our two character guest spots on as during the panel. Basically, the panel that we'll be opening it after a few minutes. And the character guest spots, both of them, will be happening on the half hour of each of the 2 remaining hours of tonight's program. So be prepared to receive links in the Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Channel members, this is for you. It also means that we need to escalate our readiness. I think, no, we're still, no. Scratch that. No, that's the, we're at DEFCON 2. Yes, we are. DEFCON 2, ladies and gentlemen.
So,
Danger. Reactor temperature critical.
And we are, as of this notice stop, I do declare, shall declare, to get DEFCON 1 as a bonus stream on Monday, we will need $39 and 48 cents. When we get there, we drop the bomb. For Dave. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and reopen that home sweet hell outside, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll make the plot sweeter. If we get to DEFCON 2 before the end of this poll read in this segment, I'll bust out the ebony and ivories and I'll play you all some Tom Lehrer before I relent it and give it back to Tony's show. What do you guys think about that? We'll do some Tom Lehrer classics if we get to DEFCON 1 in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Until then, cozy up to your radio. And let's get back to a little poem called The Rain. And I hope that you guys join me in the recitation of this. This is a fan favorite. Once upon a midnight journey, I pondered the weekend reality of a many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded nearly nerving, suddenly there came a crackling, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. Is some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more. Distinctly I remember it was the big December, and each separate dying elder on his toast upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books a piece of sorrow. The lost Lenore for the rare radiant maiden, Cathedral stayed Lenore, they was here forevermore. And the something sad, uncertain, rustling for each broken curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, still, to the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, 'tis some visitor entreating entrance of my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance of my chamber door. This is it and nothing more. Presently, my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is, as I was laughing and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door. That I was sure I heard you. Your here, open wide the door. Darkness here, nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. For the silence was unbroken, the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, Lenore, merely this, nothing more. Back to the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon I heard again a tapping, louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then where thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, with many a flirt and flutter. In there stepped the stately raven of the stately days of yore. Say that 3 times fast, ladies and gentlemen. Not at least the obsequious made he, not the minute stopper stayed he, but with my lord and lady perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. This ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy crest be short and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lowly name, knight, is on this Plutonian shore, quoth the raven. Eat my shorts? Well, that's not right. Ah, no. Quoth the raven. Nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear the discourse so plainly, though its little answer meaning little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing a bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as never bore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word as if his soul, in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather that he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. And the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what in others is only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed fast until his songs one burden bore. To the darkness of his hope of this melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. From then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking, fancy unto fancy, thinking of this ominous bird of yore. What this grim, ungainly, ghastly, god to ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat, engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat dividing, with my head at ease reclining, with the cushion's velvet lining and the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet lining, the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, smoke by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the fountain floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath led thee by the angels he had sent thee. Respite, and a pent from my memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff, this kind of pent that forgot this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. spotlight over him streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out the shadow that lies floating on the floor, it shall be lifted. Nevermore. Very good. Let me close the shutters. There we are. And hail to the Hornet King. A pleasure to see you here, sir. And I want to thank everybody for your support, as well as all of the likes that you have given us tonight. We are sitting as this notice stop. Let us double check here. 50 likes, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And the heart of my bottom. 50 likes on the third hour? Why? Thank you very much. But now, in order to end this segment, as I know that I've taken almost an hour myself, actually I think a little bit more than an hour, I want to go ahead and express my utmost gratitude before I sing my outro song this evening. And then we'll be providing the host of this particular program back the reins to his program. And thank you all for getting us to DEFCON 2. You all have been a wonderful audience, and now I believe that the workload is about to shift. As we go to our Discord, for channel members, which we did get 10 new ones tonight, to come in and have a few words with us. So we will see you in just a few. In the meantime, in between time, ain't we got fun? I walk the streets of New Orleans with the girl of my dreams. I've seen a dozen brass bands playing swing while the little children laugh, dance and sing. I've seen old men drunk singing the blues with top hats and canes and spectator shoes. I consider myself lucky to have fallen in love with the girl, the city, and the river of mud. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Where I can go to save my soul. New Orleans. I had a drink with old Louis' ghost. He was the most gracious host. I've heard Gabriel singing and playing his horn, and lived to see the day both my babies were born. I love Jelly, Fats, Fez, and King. They were the ones that taught the world to swing. I consider myself lucky to have fallen in love with the music, the city, and the river of mud. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Let me know where I can go to save my soul. Where I can go to save my soul. New Orleans. The old stomping grounds, the alma mater, as it were. Lost but never forgotten. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be skipping the piano segment for tonight's program. However, I will go ahead and play a pre-recorded piece, a see you all in just a few minutes.
What's that burning up the road? Is it a wildfire? Nuclear fallout? No, it's the new Chrysler's Corvega Atomic V8, the fastest automotive vehicle ever built. And what makes the Corvega faster than any other car? Why, it's the fins. These stylish tail fins aren't just for show. They're the exact same fins you'll find on ships NASA engineers for spaceflight. What does that have to do with automobiles? Nothing, if you're talking about the cars produced by our competitors. But the Corvega isn't just a car. It's a giant leap forward, delivered by a company with the know-how and ingenuity to reach for the moon, just like America. Chrysler, America's #1 producer of nuclear-powered automobiles.
In a world where creativity meets chaos, one duck rules them all. Join the duck side and experience content you'll only find here on Duck Vader. Creative intros, head explosions, engaging commentary, skits.
You know how like George Lucas used symbolism to tell his Star Wars stories. Like I want to use symbolism too.
But your eyes can deceive. Don't trust them.
But I spoke about new Star Wars.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
I collect the big waves of writings incomplete. It's alright, this goes over, you'll see. Yeah. I'm digging freaky.
Head explosions. Subscribe to the Duck Vader. Do it.
Hey, look at boobies! I like boobies. Hey, Cinemagold, where are ya? Help!
Hey, take it easy.
But I lost Cinemagold.
Stay calm. Just go to YouTube to subscribe and hit the bell for all the latest videos.
Hey, we're Cinema Gold and we drink your cinema.
Thanks, Joe. Now I can subscribe.
And subscribing is half the battle.
Welcome to Fermented Cinema. Our studios span an entire guest bedroom with some other junk. Using a mishmash of so-so equipment, we are busy creating top-notch entertainment. Critiquing film, TV, and the entertainment industry in general. Boy, there's a lot to say these days. Join Fermented Cinema on our attempt to become relevant. Like, share, subscribe.
And we are back. Alright, on the Discord right
pull this there. Alrighty then. Channel members. Yeah, start tower, sure. Go there right quick. And yeah, in the meantime, I will still sing songs and still perform, even if people are coming in slowly. Obviously, this does take some time for people to get around, especially since it's like impromptu. But hey, you wanted it, you got it, Toyota. So there it is. And KC, if you got the energy, let me know, and I'll send you an email link, and we'll get started. All right. So we already got our first one strolling in here. Hopefully to torment me. Hello. There.
What do you want to be tormented?
Well, Monday, hopefully, that might change. We are still steps away from that. Yes, outdated Pip-Boy, which we're gonna probably get you a better Pip-Boy coming in very, very soon. Like I said, we're gonna definitely do it for you Sunday. You just didn't get back with me in time. Of course, it's also kind of sort of my fault because I woke up late, and I'm like, oh crap, I really should have been like getting a hold of you sooner. But Sunday is better. We'll do your SRF on Sunday. That Sunday is going to be the 25th, and we're going to be doing that at 5 p.m. Eastern. I've already got it remarked on my calendar. And C.L. Franco Juan Guerra says, hey Tony and Chad, I gotta go now. God bless you all, and again, pray for our ruler. We definitely will. C.L. Franco Juan Guerra likes that solo variety show sound, I think. Whenever we get to a panel segment, it's like, yep, I can go elsewhere for that, and I don't mind. Everybody's got their own tastes.
Yep.
There's no big deal. In case he wants one, so we'll go with that. Close out Twitter, or X, or whatever they want to call it, as it were. The Le Trois Big Le Trois. And thank you, Duck Vader. I just played your commercial. I just noticed you shared. Said tune in. Thank you for that, Duck Vader. We do appreciate that. Speaking of Lord Duck Vader, and that that was one of the best commercials I've seen in a while. I hope you understand. I do. I understand completely. I'm glad that you enjoy my variety entertainment. Most of the people that I work with are like, "What are you gonna do the solo shows for? Come on, man. You're gonna be always up there by yourself." No, there's some people. Oh yeah, dude. You want to come out and hang out? Gives me a little bit of break from the work. But speaking of which, I will still be doing the work here at. Minutes we'll be spinning the wheel. So unless somebody comes up here to compliment Scooby, who is basically just Scooby, she's going to be dealing with probably a personality that she may not approve of by her lonesome. Oh, hey, you're the one that clicked the link. Sorry. Sign the deal.
Hey, you know what? At least I got Alistair to make me happy.
Alistair had a pretty good segment.
Yes.
It's almost like a miniature episode of Radio 616, yeah. It's good. It's very, very good. Let's see where we're sitting at now here. Alright. Of course, the Skeletor learns coding short. Looks like it's slowly beginning to flatline. It's still bringing about 50 views an hour. And Skeletor, villainous perspective on Mojo Jojo has flatlined. But I picked up 11 subscribers from it, and it's at 7,000 views. I can't complain. I cannot complain at all.
That's all that matters.
Canadian Spider-Man, let me know if you want a link. I know you got your travel show later, but they don't start till later, right? Are you home? Busy as well too. Mary, are you still streaming? I want to know if you want to come up. In the meantime, we do have to say goodbye to the chat temporarily. We're going to go ahead and bring up our wheel for the DEF CON 4 unlock. alive, still grinding. Sounds good. Sounds good. Mary's still alive over on her end.
Oh. Say hello to your chat for me, Mary.
Hello!
Say hi to Mary's chat. Okie dokie. Here we go. Well, we had him scheduled anyway for the skits. I guess we'll just be bring it on the Beetle Man. Be doing that in about 15 minutes. To go ahead and celebrate, I suppose we should probably play a Beetlejuice clip, see if anybody else wants to roll through. And thank you guys for tuning in. Let's keep going.
You got problems.
Hi, hiya!
Psychological baggage. You want to die? Maybe you're killing time, trying to figure it out on your own. But if you want the top therapist on the list, so good he's a hypnotist. And call it
Thank you for coming in.
3 times Chuck. You got problems, but so do I. We all got problems. Let's check. It's $2 for the first minute, and it'll cost you an arm and a leg.
How you been? Right now, I'm just waiting to get summoned to help people with Melania. Just got done with her myself not too long ago.
We're sorry. All of our representatives are still assisting other customers. Please remain on the line as we value your call.
Yeah, sometimes it could be a while in between summons. And other times you just get a whole bunch back to back. It just depends how many people come through. Hey, Finch! I'm good. Thank you for popping in here. I was like, do you know how long this could take sometimes? Because you see me with Bale the Dread and how far apart some of those summons were. But you still stuck around, which I greatly appreciated.
We're gonna put you on hold, okay? Alright? Stay on the line. Till you figure out something you can say, alright?
Right now, just mess around, trying different armors and weapons and whatever, so I don't get bored. Ooh, I might use this one next. Hey! Thank you for coming in here! Hiya, how you been?
And we have the executive producer slash board member Casey Azowski joining us. Hail Star.
Good evening, my friends.
Theta Sword, you have a link as well alongside the names. If you want to come up here and shit.
It's for the new person who just popped in. I'm just waiting to help someone with Melania. Sometimes it takes a while in between summons.
Channel members should have channel members so they get the door. But yes, Betasaur, you have a link as well if you want to come and hang for a few minutes. Beetlejuice is going to be taken over in about 12 minutes, actually 11 minutes now, for half an hour, and then we'll be spinning the wheel for the last hour. We are going to go to the 5th hour tonight. Both of those were unlocked. So we'll be going to 2 o'clock. Some change. No, we started at 8:30, so 10:30. We're only going to have one movie for member movie night, and I think we'll be starting that at 3 o'clock. So 2 Central. They're getting late, especially with the matinees starting late. We'll figure it out. But I do need about half an hour to eat before. I guess I can myself.
You're a surfer, you can do what you want. It's not like you're watching.
Well, you know me. I don't want people to come in and go, I get to meet my favorite YouTuber. And I'm like,
Dude, what's going on, man? Yeah, but Arthur Mika, hi, I'm Tony.
You know what? It's after hours. You're not doing a show.
It doesn't matter. It's presentation. It's all about presentation.
Well, dude,
This is the professionalism that I owe myself to.
okay, but think about it like this. If you want to go to a rock concert after a show, and you got backstage, and you didn't see somebody eating after putting on, like, the kind of show you did, you would have been shocked. And nobody did. And especially because you're watching a movie.
Canadian Spider-Man, keyword yet. I want to go home. I will go home. I keyword yet.
Well, no better book than I've had with mine. Every time I say that, I say that the women, they just don't like it.
I will go all the way. This is what I plan on doing with my channel. I am wanting to make a content and entertainment empire, network it, and I want to be the solution that I want to see. When I look out there and I see bad entertainment, I want to provide good. So, no. The keyword you're looking for, Canadian Spider-Man. Yeah. But I digress. How are you guys doing?
Well, I don't know about Stewie, but I know I've been wonderfully too. I get to share part of the screen with her, so that's always a good thing.
To give Tony a hint, slideshow 8. Part 2.
You're doing it. You're doing it. We're going to be doing that recording Sunday.
I had to turn some of the slideshows into
So what I plan on doing is going to really double book my day because I'm going to do an SRF dog meet on Sunday now. I may just not go to bed and I may just skip Enzo's.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say I'm doing some stuff, I got to make sure that my work schedule can't let it get backed up again. Absolutely cannot. Will not. Will not.
The only reason I'm making part 2, I'm turning some of these into 2-parters is because, like for example, episode 7, half the episode is pure Charlie and it doesn't hit any other character until the second half, so I wanted to make sure I covered Charlie, then make a part 2 that covers him.
Well, That's one thing that my Alistar will have in common. Is he's going to be very protective over his little doe. Fuck with Charlie, you're going to deal with Al.
Al's got plenty of stuff in there for himself too. He's gonna actually have to answer. He's gonna actually have to answer some of his actions.
If no one shows up in a few minutes, I probably might either pop over to Moog.
He's simply going to go. He's going to plead that multiversal fifth, right? You know, that's what he's going to do.
And you know how I am.
I know how you are.
I'm persistent. Persistent
Be
until I
careful,
get a
careful, careful. If you want him to produce for you, I mean, you're already signing a contract that's not going to be ideal for you in the long run. Memento mori, right? But,
but I don't really care because
hey, I'll be legit with you. I signed a contract for YouTube fame, and now I'm getting it. So tell me if that's worth it in the end.
Tony, all I gotta say is, does Alistair give a deal on both contracts?
Hmm? I'm sorry, I didn't really see that. Well,
No, what I'm saying is that, does he, will he give them both discount on more than 2 contracts?
Well, discount. I don't know about that. Why you want to sign up for this? Look up that. That's not ideal.
Okay, let me explain this to you, Tony. I'm a disabled guy who's got cancer, who lives in a place where he's lucky if he can get out the door without getting shot. How much fucking worse
sound like
can it
glad
get?
you're doing good, Finch.
Going for the protection, right?
All I'm asking you to do is make a few inquiries. We'll talk.
I believe what Casey is saying. Put in a good word for him.
I will. Absolutely.
Okay, I'm popping over to Moog.
We are about 4 minutes away from the guy. Of course, that's going to gravel up my voice right proper, so
I get some water,
whistle right quick.
Get some water.
Water, maybe a few beers. Because Beetlejuice is being very crispy.
Well, here.
Instead of be like, well, what's that? Walk with his dick out pretty much. So,
Yeah, I didn't know corpses still had dicks that actually fall off.
Well,
It's funny you mention that.
what?
So that movie that I told you about, Zombies, where the entire movie you're seeing people through the zombies' eyes, and they don't know that they're zombies. Well, these 2 zombies in there, they're actual, they're a couple, 2 nerds, they're going out with each other. They finally decide they're gonna do it. And while they're in their parents' house after they've been turned into zombies, they get on the couch and then you hear a big thump. And he goes back to his buddy and he goes, "You were gonna do it, but something happened." And his friend goes, "Oh, what?" He goes, "You know." He goes, "Oh, what? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that does happen. You get the Lindsay, what? It fell off."
Always wanna
That's
do
supposed to
it,
happen.
your friend. It's not unreasonable. Nobody's gonna eat your eyes.
I got to say, Tony, I like that song. Can you bring it back?
Hiya!
The one that I'll perform next Thursday.
Thank you for coming in here.
And Skull Crusher Mountain too.
Now, just waiting to help people with Moog.
In love with this poor girl. Either her or his crush.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, the mountain is occupied by a bunch of wolves. I could just throw you out there too. Maybe you should just reconsider your options.
Would it really be so bad?
Better than the wolves.
Or maybe not.
the shirts with the freaking laser beams on their heads.
One of the guys out there, Dr. Evil.
Dr. Evil is a fun bit to do. I love doing that voice.
But I wish, hey, can you do me one thing? Could you bring that curse out sometime before Halloween? I'd love to.
Yes. Well, I mean, I give him the right voice. I try to give him like a Mason-esque.
Yeah. Well, like
You know, yeah, he's very Mason-esque. I'm actually kind of like torn between Mason and Ryan Roger Athens. It's good blend.
Oh, by the way, can you accept my apologies? I do not kill animals. It's not in my contract.
It's perfectly fine. How do ghosts end up winning their game? They put up the spirited defense. I thought that this was over, but okay.
Oh no!
Okay, I thought the dad jokes were over, but okay.
Tony, I don't think you're gonna go to the chance of ever happening.
Oh, son of a bitch! Well, you know, it's all dead on arrival, I guess, in the long run.
You're
Will
gonna
somebody
make
give up the ghost on this bit?
You're gonna make your producer angry.
Getting spirited away by the notion.
I'm gonna laugh when he gets mad at me.
You're gonna laugh if he gets mad at me? Oh, is that what you think? Where do you dig up these jokes? I know, right? They're already got 1 foot in the grave. I mean, shit.
I don't know, Tony.
My OBS isn't loading for some reason. Well, Vix, come up here.
I don't know, Tony. You were an excellent job to me.
Okay, that was cheesy. That wasn't a dad joke. That was just flat out cheesy.
Hey, what can I say? I like Limburger.
Someone say spirits. Well, no hard spirits until movie time. That will have a couple of years here to do. Might turn it into an Irish drink vendor. Some of you Irish ditties who haven't done that yet tonight. So that'll be a little bit there. We'll have to get the Irish up, as it were. Womp womp. In the meantime, guess what time it is? Say what time it is.
I guess we know.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
You got problems? Or you're literally dealing with so much psychological baggage, you want to die? Maybe you're killing time, trying to figure it out on your own. But if you want the top therapist on the list, so good he's a hypnotist. And call it once, call it twice, 3 times the charm. You got problems? Well, so do I. We all got problems. So let's chat. It's $2 for the first minute, and it'll cost you an arm and a leg. You know what I mean?
Well, look what we got here. We got a malfunctioning OBS on that guy's end, so you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead. Thank you. Hey! What do we got here? Well, we got this chick right here, and somebody who's really eager to the other side. All right? Come on! Am I right?
What can I say? Everybody's got to have something to aspire to.
You know what they say? All things come to those who will, especially in matters of death and tax.
Well, I know.
Especially in the tax.
I know a little bit about death from experience, but I'll take your word for it.
Oh. All right, now we just gotta hear all that like there.
I
Gotta
think
move
the last
things
time-
around.
I think the last time Beetlejuice ran into somebody who was obsessed with death was Lydia.
Well, yeah. Hold up,
I do-
just a minute. Hold
I
up,
do
just a minute.
recall you
Hold on.
like that.
There we go.
Japan's answer to Japan's
Yeah.
answer to horror and music. Meet Osaka-chan.
Very, very good. Very nice. Good to see you. Hopefully you leave a line full of love. As always, it's a pleasure to have you. Well, what do we got tonight, kids? Well, we got Bravo. It's got electrolytes. Pretty good stuff. Y'all, talk amongst yourselves.
Yes, I do on Saturday have Osaka-chan doll on my show, and I cannot wait. She is a great singer, she is a great storybook reader, she is a great songwriter, she is Osaka's answer to horror.
Yeah, and I think Stephen King would have put it, and he known her in better times. She makes a lot of us look like we're asleep to the switch.
Hey everybody, look, we got ourselves somebody else representing that mad breed. Get up here, brother, you belong up here.
What's up, brothers and sisters? How y'all
How
doing?
you doing today?
Fatal four-ways.
I wanted to
say
I
goodbye
wanted
to
to
the chat.
stop in before I go to bed, but I was having some trouble with OBS. I had to run it in safe mode. I don't know what's wrong with it, but there's a JavaScript error. There's a JavaScript error. And
You know, it could be due to all the time fucked around with the audio setup.
yeah. That's possible, I guess. Yeah, it's just it says there's a missing or corrupted file when I started the computer. But anyway, how are y'all doing?
Well, we're doing great. 630 years dead. Love it.
Good to see Casey. Good to see Scoop.
Nice to see you today.
You ready for Halloween there? Lily?
Actually, I am not yet, but I'm getting there. I am in the process. I have all the material.
You're building your suit.
So I'm working on it as all the time that I have, and it should be ready to go. I just need to get some primer in. I had to order it.
Very good.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be really cool.
And the gloves are ordered.
The gloves are ordered. They are in. They will be here by the 28th. By the 28th to the 30th. So they'll be here by the day of the.
Okay, I just
Well,
wanted
hell
to
yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
But
I talked.
I didn't have to go meet somebody up.
Yeah, no, I talked to the guy and he shipped them out today. So they'll definitely be here by the 30th.
Then we got the old Dionysus Lars. That's right. Yeah, so fine. What's that line you always like to say? I'm not a big vodka drinker myself. But more vodka tomorrow. Yeah.
So
I can't wait to see your vodka.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome. I'm actually gonna be changing the center of the chest armor, and I'm gonna be putting my beta coins in there. So I'm going to add that to the costume.
Bitch. Very cool. Yeah. When are you doing your thing again next?
It's gonna be Thursday from 11 p.m. till who knows when in the middle of the night. This is a Halloween hour.
Yeah. We're eating Halloween ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't want to overlap too much.
Yeah. But start at 11 p.m. Central Time. What's that?
More than likely gonna be
Hmm.
great.
Okay, sounds good.
And I'll be there early. And I'll be there early with Scython.
Okay. Yeah, that's that. And it better be flaming.
Dude, why do you know that you to know that I'm always a flavor?
You heard it here first, Casey Zalski. Watch your asshole.
This is where I wish I could play my Norm Macdonald. That's ridiculous.
Well, he's had
He can't because he's dead.
I'll have you know that I got an asshole, I just don't fucking use an asshole. I have a fucking asshole, you fucking asshole.
Kinda sad, actually.
I'm sorry.
I'm just fucking with you.
I know. I'm just fucking with you too.
We shop at the same store, I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on. I see you.
Ridiculous.
I go in
Ugh.
there.
Pathetic.
Big and toss around through. I know.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian Spider-Man, what
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man, thank you for the compliment.
You know,
I did a good Norm Macdonald. Awesome.
Yeah. How many assholes are here already? We don't have a referendum.
How many assholes do I got this night?
Every so good night there, over King. Right?
Let's never do that again.
Yeah, let's
And then we did.
and then we get a nipple in the form of Fox Hills.
Oh
please.
no. Now I'm thinking of hairy nipples.
You rock. Hey, it's the panel show. Get your ass up here, pregame with us. I'm having a few beers myself.
Nice.
Well, you have whenever you're playing. Basically, if Rick's here, or if I'm here, or, we have a couple of beers just to channel the muse.
Yeah. Exactly.
Loose. Tell us sway.
Man, I wish
Method
I
acting.
one of these, maybe next year I'll dress up as the Crow. I used to dress up
I
as
have
the Crow
done that
for Halloween.
I have done that.
I did it for like 8 years in a row because that was just like my thing when I was in high school.
I was in 8th grade, and I dressed up as a Crow with I went trick-or-treating with my friends, and I lived in one of those family communities, like one of those really, really, really nice communities where everybody has a dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm trick-or-treating with my friends, and we see this guy with trick-or-treating with his daughter and his son. His little son is sitting in this little radio flyer. He's being dragged along,
Yeah.
He takes one look at me, bursts into tears, screaming. The father looks at him like, "What's wrong?" And the kid looks at his dad, then looks at me and points at me, and the dad looks at me, and I'm like, "Oh shit."
You got a link on your ex, Liz said for the wrong one.
I used to get off on scaring people. I would hide I would jump out of trees. I would hide on the roof and jump off the roof as people would approach the house and jump out of bushes. Me and my friends, like me and 3 of my friends, we would like hide in different places as people would approach our house, and it was like a little haunted house type thing. Like, they would come around, the parking lot, and somebody would jump out of the side and scare them, and then somebody would jump out of the tree and scare them, somebody would jump out of the bush and scare them, and then somebody would jump out off the roof and like right next to them and scare them. Man, anybody in their 20s or younger, please don't draw this at home. Yeah, that's true. Don't do it these days. It was safer back then. But we did it to these girls, they were dressed up as the Spice Girls, because back then Spice Girls was popular.
The little haunted house.
Yeah, and they walked. They ended up warning everybody that don't. If you go to that house over there, they give good candy, but they're gonna jump out of. They're gonna scare the shit out of you. They're gonna try.
That's one thing. We had a little extra grocery money this month, so we bought some candy.
We didn't touch them. It's not an assault if you don't touch them.
We had a lot of candy. We bought enough candy to where after the trick or treaters, we're gonna be like eating that candy all the way through to like Christmas.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I mean that's the one thing about Halloween candy is you can hold on to it. You ain't gonna buy Christmas candy.
Right. Because that shit will last you till next year.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing I liked about the community that I lived in. It was a very, very, very big community. And my mom and my dad, when they slept not on those small pillows, but they had the big body pillows.
Yeah. I had one of those.
My brother and
I'll have you know that I know somebody who got married on Halloween. Church mouth.
So we would take the body pillowcases and go out trick or treat. We would literally fill them up, come back home, dump them out.
Oh
and,
shit.
My dad would take us in a car, drop us off where we left off, so we could finish off the rest of the community. So we would come home with like 2 pillowcases worth. Whoa! Each.
Did you beat up little kids? Just a minute. You beat up the grade schoolers. You're like those bullies in Hocus Pocus. What was that guy's name? Ice.
We were the ones that started early and stayed out late.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And we ended up streaking by the end of the night.
Well, there you go.
Hey, what's up, Fox?
Well, I'm going to call it for tonight. I gotta get some dinner. Thank you all for coming to the stream, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Yes, me too.
Is one of my mods.
Like I said, thank you all again for coming. I really appreciate all the support and whatnot. Thank you.